What if I told you the trend is not your friend? Everybody's been lying to you. Everyone says, man, the trend's your friend. You just got to click the button, and if it's going up, you just go with it. I actually want to know how many of you guys in the comment section have lost more trades going with the trend. How many times have you blown an account, lost too much money because you thought you were buying the trend, it pulls back, you buy, and the thing just keeps exploding against you. You blow accounts, you burn a bunch of money. I want to see how many people in the chat this has happened. I've been counter trend trading now for years. I can tell you that truly I've made the most amount of money. I'm the most successful with it because counter trend trading is all you're doing is trying to identify a weakness in an area, whether it's a psychological area like a flat round number, or there's been local support and resistance there from a day ago, 2 days ago, the last week, whatever it may be. Now I want to teach you guys as an expert how to actually counter trend trade using order flow or level 2 data like a professional like myself and many others who use order flow. Let's get into the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hype the video up. That's a new YouTube thing. Hype it up. Let's see what you got. And let's get into this video. God bless. So let's say you think the trend is your friend. You're like, man, all you got to do is hit the buy button, right? Yesterday was a perfect example of why the trend is not your friend. We can look here on Friday, so today's Saturday, we can look yesterday, and we can see that yesterday the market was doing what? All pre-market, so all Asia, London, New York pre. The market just doing one thing, boys and girls, it is going up. So in a normal trader's mind, you might say, hey, this looks pretty good. This looks like, you got to just go up. We got to just buy, right? But then when we actually zoom into what happened yesterday, look at this. The market literally did nothing but shoot straight down at market open. We grabbed a bunch of liquidity that was sitting up there and just dumped straight down. This is why I'm telling you guys that the trend really is not your friend. I'm going to give you guys some great pro tips on how to counter trend trade, how to find weakness based off level 2 data, how you can start making more money by actually counter trend trading and feeling safer than going with the trend and hoping that it doesn't bounce against you. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure you guys like, comment, do all the YouTube stuff. Let's get into it. So funny enough, I actually shorted this yesterday. That's right. I actually shorted this yesterday on my Take Profit Pro live account, making myself almost $1,000 just on this short, right? I had multiple things showing me in the level 2 data, which I can't do now because now we're not in the live, but you guys could see if you go back to my short, which do it after the video, you guys can see though multiple red bubbles popping up all the way up here. So we'll just kind of draw them for you guys now. But we had multiple red bubbles open here at the market open. I knew that something was happening, right? Why are there red bubbles popping up like this at the top of an area where in actuality, we should have seen blue bubbles popping up to show, hey, it wants to break out of all this resistance, right? We have an area of interest up there that we have broken above. In actuality, should have done a small pushback and a rocket ship up, but instead it doesn't. Instead, we completely fall off the planet, which is why I called out to short for everybody in the community, and we all made money from it. Now, I'm going to say thank you, God, for it, of course. When we zoom in here to this area, we can see, hey, there were red selling bubbles up here in this area, showing me that there's weakness. There are sellers active. But if we didn't have that active, let's say we didn't have level 2 data and all I had was a CVD or even just a basic, just a basic Heikinashi 1 minute strategy. All I need to see in order to take a counter trend trade is either some form of double top or even some form of lower low and in like an Elliott wave system. If you don't know what Elliott wave is, please Google it after the video or pause this, Google it, come back, okay? Now, I do have access, thankfully, to level 2 data. I can zoom in and I can see something. I can see here a few minutes right before market open, my curiosity starts getting piqued. I start seeing the market is actually moving lower while the actual candlestick or the price action is moving higher. I'm getting what we would call divergence, meaning that they are doing opposite things. In this case, I would trust more or less the order flow than the price action because I had, like I told you, multiple red bubbles like this popping up at the top of this area. I have divergence in the order flow down here in my CVD, and then I start having slowly curling down, down, down. Now, I had one of my students who caught an absolute killer day. She made a lot of money probably because she just went with the trend. She knew the trend was going down. She just hit the sell button and just held it, held it, held it. I want you guys to understand that the trend is not your friend. You've been tricked. You've been bamboozled by the stock market influencers or whoever, because it's the easiest thing to sell you guys. Guys, the trend is your friend. All you got to do is, like, the trend is up. You click buy on an up, you click sell on a down. Trading really isn't that simple. If it was, instead of me doing 600,000 last year on my account, I would have done 600 million on my account, right? I would be in a different ball game. But unfortunately, that's just not how it goes. There are days where the trend is your friend. Maybe the trend only goes up or only goes down. But we need to understand that, like, we have to be very cautious and careful where we pick and where we choose to hit the button at. Which is why when I got multiple confluences here and I seen that, hey, we see that we're in a downtrend in the order flow. I'm getting selling active bubbles up here. If I had a book map or a heat map up, I could probably see that we were grabbing someone's stop losses up here. So if we had stop losses somewhere in this area, we were grabbing all these stop losses before we just shoot straight down. But you guys need to understand that going against the trend actually a lot of times can make you a lot more money than going with the trend. We just have to pick and choose the right times. So I'm going to actually start now getting into where and why you need to do it. Number one, we need to identify with the order flow. We need to understand where is the order flow and what's going on in it. I'm not concerned so much with price action. Yes, I need price action to give me a confirmation, but I'm more concerned about, okay, well, what's going on here in it? I knew, like I said, the reason I told everybody in the community to short with me, by the way, in the link in the description, you guys are more than welcome to join us live every single day. I shorted here, making a quick, like, almost $1,000 in the matter of like 5 to 10 seconds because I had enough confirmation, I had enough conviction in the trade. I know the formula. I know my formulas, my God-blessed, God-given formulas like the back of my hand. I've been trading them for long enough to know that, like, hey, all I need to do is see A, B, and C, and I'm hitting the button no matter what. A, B, C, I have 3 or 4 convictions or confluences. I'm going to hit the button and I'm going to make money. It's just that's it. It's not a, oh, I need to have 80 things and yada, yada, yada. No, I just need to see a few things that are in my alignment. I need to see that they fit within a plan. We are at an extended area or a hyper area where we've had resistance before, or maybe a brand new area where the market's never touched, and we need to see what's going on. So how can you start counter trend trading? Let's get even deeper into it. Let's make you a plan. Let's actually make you a plan. Now, this is for the people, my brothers and sisters who have level 2 data. If you don't, or you don't know what level 2 data is, just come over. Like I said, link down in the description or in the comment section. Come over, message me. I'm happy to help you out. Most prop firms now give it completely for free. I used to have to pay, $60 a month, $70 a month, whatever to get this. Now, essentially, everybody can get it for free. I have a video, by the way, as well in the community where the link is. So just click on the link. You guys will see where to go, and you guys can ask me how to do it. I were a complete novice, and I said, what's the easiest, like, if you asked me, Tony, I'm a complete noob, I'm a complete beginner, how do I actually start counter trend trading to risk less but make more? I'm going to show you how, the easiest possible way that I know how. One, I'm going to wait to identify a trend, right? I want to see multiple candles in alignment that are doing the same thing. So we can see here the trend with the CVD or our order flow and the actual price action are both doing the same exact thing, correct? If you need a second, remember, take a second, pause the video, but they're both going down. We can both see both of them going down. All I need to try to identify is find weakness and price action to confirm that weakness. Well, I can see here in the order flow, we'll underline it right here. We can start seeing that order flow starts bottoming out a little bit. It starts getting a little bit tired, right? It's been running the race at full speed. It's starting to get a little bit slow. It's starting to get a little bit lethargic. It's starting to get a little bit tired, okay? So I know that, okay, I can see it here. We'll call it 10:02 right here. We can start seeing here that the market is getting slow. Now, that doesn't mean by any means that I should start clicking the button and seeing what happens, because you might get burned, and you might get burned 20 times, 30 times before it finally works out. But what we could do instead is wait and see, okay, well, if it is going sideways down here in my order flow, I just need price action to confirm it. So what do? We wait 1 candle. We wait 2 candles right here. Now we can start seeing at 10:02, 10:03 now, right? 10:03, we can see this candle We could see here, we're starting to get a small curl up in our order flow, right? We went from going straight down. We're kind of going sideways now, right? So let's draw the south arrows. We went from straight down. We're going sideways a little bit now. And then we're slowly going to curl back up. But I need to confirm it up here. What happens right here at 10:04? We get a massive, massive engulfing CVD candle. The candlestick itself, though, is not that crazy, right? It's not an engulfing candle like something like down here, but it's more like a hammer, right? It's like a semi-doji, semi-hammer, just meaning that the market's kind of in a indecision state. But I know that we have level 2 data down here, and I can confirm it right here that, oh, wait a minute, that's pretty interesting. I now know that the market was going straight down. It went sideways. Now it's pushing back up. We get the confirmation here at 10:04. We can look here at 10:04. All I need to do is click the button. I need to click the button with risk parameters set in. Okay, well, if there really is buyers behind this move, I know that this thing should move at least, let's call it 10 to 15 points, right? From here, we moved about 27 points in total, which is great. Remember, I'm also not trying to hit home runs. I'm not trying to catch 200-point moves every single day. You're going to get burned out. Yeah, you might catch a 200-point move once in a while, but how many losses does it take in order to catch it? Opposed to me, I want to be able to play the game constantly. It's like baseball. I just want to be on the field. I just want to hit the ball and be on first base or second base and be able to play the game. I don't want to be sitting on the bleachers and hoping that, the next time I go up there, I hit a grand slam every single time. No, that's not the game we're playing here. We're playing a game of, hey, if I'm risking 10 points, 13 points, 20 points, I want to make like a 1-to-1, a 1-to-2, whatever it is. But I also need to know that I am counter trend trading, right? The likelihood that this thing just explodes straight up is very low. So I need to be careful. I need to be cautious. Okay, yep, I see it here in my order flow that we're going flat. We're starting to curl up a little bit. I get price action and CVD now in alignment. I have a, let's call it 80% chance that this thing should go up at least 15 to 20 points. I'll put a flat take profit of 15 to 20 points, and let's see what happens. Just so you guys know that I'm not just like blowing smoke, this is literally what I did in December last year. This is what I did in November last year. This is what I did in October last year. This is what I did in September last year. This is pretty much what I've done all year to produce over $600,000. I'm not here to boast or brag about the money, but I'm here to show you that this is all counter trend trading. Yes, there are times where I've got 90% win rate months, and then I have sometimes 40% or 50% win rate months because maybe I accidentally clicked the button, right? I'm a human just like you. We all make mistakes. But I'm just showing you guys that you don't need to always go with the trend because sometimes the trend will absolutely burn you. Look at example 1. If you hit the buy here at the market open, you had maybe a couple of points to take profit, then the thing just slammed against you the rest of the day, right? You zoom out, look at this. The entire day, we just wham, get slammed down back here. So don't ever feel like you have to always go with the trend. We're doing good so far, right? We understand we need to find multiple points of weakness. We need to find some form of CVD or even bubbles or footprint charts to confirm that there are buyers or weakness in that area. Let's go to example 2 now. You guys will see in this example about the same thing, right? Huge downtrend, right? Massive downtrend. Market pretty much doing the same thing, but look at the CVD, right? It's not just exploding down. It's slowly trickling down, meaning it's slowly moving down. It's like a burglar. It's not just sprinting down the staircase. It's slowly walking down the staircase. Now, let's say you don't want to do what I did in example 1. Maybe you're like, I'm not comfortable. I need more confluence. Well, here it is. We're going to show you more confluence to help you so that maybe you want to catch more money. Maybe you want to make more money on the trade. You want to catch a little bit more. All you need to do is the same essentially thing. Wait for a clean cut direction. We need to wait for an area like this that's not been tapped into. You ICT traders probably would call this like a fair value gap. The market never tapped back into this area, so it's an untouched market, right? So for here, we can see in this example, the market just flushing down. If I believe that this is going to go back up here into our gap or into our area that has never been touched, all I need to do is one of two things. I need to wait to see a trend forming. Multiple green candles in a row. We need to see both CVD and the actual price action in alignment. So both of them going down, as we can see here, up and down here, both going down. All I need to do is wait essentially for either a higher low or a double bottom. If I feel like this area is that powerful, a lot of buyers are up here, maybe you even caught some blue buying bubbles up here or something and it just failed, That means there's trapped buyers up there. We need to now wait and catch ourselves some form of double bottom. We need to find a double bottom in the order flow and in the price action, right? So if I can find, and we can see here, right, we're bottoming out here. We're bottoming out there. The market's just going straight up like this. It's just going straight up flat. We're not going anywhere. We're just going flat here, right? We could see in this little window, we're just going flat. I can look here, though. What's happening here? Well, we've got a buyer supposedly here at 1045. Here's 1045. Okay, so we're in alignment. We got some buying action here, but maybe we're not going to take on the first buy. Maybe we got burned the first trade. Let's see what happens. Well, we can see here at 1050, we have another buyer stepping in. So here at 1050, we have another buyer stepping in. Then what do we see? We see more green candles, green candles, green candles. CVD is still going flat, though, so we have to be a little bit cautious. We have to have our stops somewhere in an area that we're comfortable. So if I were to do this, I would have stops maybe at the last swing low, and at this double right here at 1050, start putting them down here. But I'm going to look to swing back into this area, right? So double bottoms, we can start seeing here even at 1054, right? 1054, we start seeing now the curl up. 1054, it's still going flat, but the actual price action is going higher. We should, in theory, of course, everything with trading is pretty much theory game, is like you see it, you practice it, you got to take it when it happens live. But we start seeing this happen in the live market. We start seeing eventually, when we zoom out, we start seeing that CVD does start curling up, but we got essentially what we needed. We needed to find it going flat in our order flow. There probably was buying bubbles or buying activity in a footprint chart or in a bubble or in a book map or a heat map. We probably had buyer activity here. Now all we need to do is to confirm it, and we just need to see, okay, in our CVD, we've had multiple times of buyers stepping in and not letting this go lower, right? We've never, from here, this area, we never broke under. We literally never broke under this little tunnel right here, but we can see that now it's curling up easily. Even if we risked from this candle here, even if we risked to the bottom there, 37 points, we very much easily had right back into our purple area a 1 to 2 risk to reward. 30 points of gain, 30 points of risk, 70 points of gain. Very simply, just by waiting for the order flow to show me it is getting tired out. It is getting weaker. I just need to catch myself a double bottom in price action, order flow going maybe flat, or even a double bottom in order flow to be able to catch the move. I hope that this is sticking with you guys and making sense. I know I've done this for years now, but a lot of you guys who are newer traders, maybe it might fly right over your head. If it does, please just go back, scroll back, rewatch the video, and actually pay attention. Don't just watch this video and be like, yeah, sure, okay, next video, because you're just going to end up continuously doing the same thing that you did last year, which is probably buy accounts and blow accounts or put money in accounts and blow accounts because you can't understand the rhythm of the markets. You need to actually understand what's going on here. Most importantly, you need to lock in. This is not a request. This is me telling you to do it. This has to be your year. You have to change. You have to focus. You have to apply God's word. You have to keep your word, most importantly, of I am going to be a profitable trader. If you guys, once again, like this type of content, come over, join the community, free to join, upgrade to premium once you're there if you want to trade live and make money with us every single day. And if you want to give the glory to God and trust in him, take that leap of faith. Come on over. I'll see you guys there. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you like it. Share it with your friends, your grandma. Maybe your grandma wants to learn how to day trade, make money. I will see you guys in the next video. God bless.